Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, 49ers.
Check it.
Pittsburgh Steelers. It was like the George Foreman fight. Down goes Frazier.
Oh, Cowboys
Can
in
you
the
dig
house.
it?
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of XO Sports Talk. Terry, what episode is this? Please.
Episode number 68.
68.
Wow.
Well, we are moving to 100. Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
We're out without Malcolm and Emerson. Like they said in the Bronx Tale, the working man is a sucker. But we wish them nothing but the best. Oh, you can't make it up. Terry, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Aaron. What's going on with you, man? How you feeling tonight?
A little sad. Some personal tragedy in my life, but I will make through. We'll get through it.
Got your back, man. Got your back.
Yeah.
Thank you. Baby brother, how are you tonight?
I am doing all right, man. I did a little time travel this morning. As I told people before, music is the ultimate way to travel back in time. And this morning I was bumping a little Daryl and Joe by Run DMC.
Oh, wow.
It brought me right back. As a matter of fact, let me tell you what it took me back to. The story was Daryl and Joe. It was a Sunday. It was a Sunday afternoon, like 4, 5, and Mom went to church already. Dad just left for church. I think T was with me. It was either T or Noel. But as soon as Dad left, we put the speakers up in the window, and we turned the amp up to 10. And we were just
on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
Oh
and
my
we were
goodness!
just bumping Daryl and Joe, and I think Daddy must have forgot something. Came back to the house.
Yeah.
He just opened the door. I was like, oh yeah, this is the end. It's all over. I'm done. And T, was that with you? Was you with me on that, or was it no?
I cannot recall. I can't confirm or deny. No, it was me. It was me.
And I was like, oh, he's gonna kill me. But you know what? Irony of the story was, he didn't really punish me, and what he did was, that's when he built that room in the basement, that single room, and that's when I put the DJ equipment, which was brought by my brother, which I give you much dap for that. I do remember that. That was when you got your income tax check, and you brought that DJ equipment for me.
I'm sorry.
In the basement.
Let me give you a correction. That was my first income tax check.
And like you owe with interest.
I'll never forget. I got it, and I was so happy. I think it was like $1,000. And Brian said, "Can you buy me some DJ equipment?" I looked at him in complete shock. Tears wanted to come rolling down my face. But I was like, this is my baby brother, and I bought it.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. And that's what it brought me back to, man. Wow.
Wow.
Man.
And now the baby brother takes care of me. The three circle of life.
Life cycle, yeah.
Yep. Terry, tell me about that subscribe button, please.
XO Sports Talk would like to welcome everybody to the show tonight and thank all our current viewers and subscribers for their support. If you are checking us out for the first time and do not know, we are currently streaming on all your favorite podcast platforms. If you're watching the show on YouTube, press that like button, hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you know when we go live to discuss some of the latest news and rumors going on in the world of sports. And if you like the channel, share with your family and friends by clicking the share button. And as always, feel free to join in on the live chat where you can post your comments or call 475-221 so you can tell us how you feel about the topics.
No doubt.
All right.
And Debbie Gamble is in the chat, and she said, you know, she got your support, and God also got your support. Shout out to you, Deb.
Thanks, Deb. Appreciate
Thank you so much, Deb. Yeah, it was sad and heartbreaking news. And I wish my son Brian well, my heart goes out to him. He lost his mother today.
Oh, wow.
My son Brian was named after my brother, and he lost his mother, and my heart goes out to him and my grandson.
You still got family, man. You still got family.
Yep.
And our hearts also go out to the people in Florida, Puerto Rico, everybody hit by this devastating hurricane. It's just sad.
Yep.
And the hurricane from last week going up to Canada and surprised them by devastation. So we hope that everybody can get back on their feet and get back to a regular life. Well, in the world of sports, Major League Baseball talk around the bases. Terry, tell me, what did you see?
Well, we got to see number 99, Aaron Judge, tie fellow Yankee Roger Maris, record of 61 home runs. Congratulations to him for that. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Yankees need to take care of Aaron Judge and sign him. Something else interesting I saw Roger Maris Jr. Take a jab at Barry Bonds fans and say that Aaron Judge should be considered the all-time home run leader, not just in the American League, but all time. So that was very interesting. That might be a topic for another show, but great talent. You know, I'm glad that he got the monkey off his back. I know it was kind of lingering over him a little bit, but he finally got it, and I'm happy for him. And just on another note, going into this weekend, you probably have one of the most important series taking place between the Braves and the Mets. Again, I had the Mets getting into the playoffs and doing some things this year. So we'll see what they do. See how they show improve. Gonna be some good matchups. I think DeGrom is going against Max Fried, game 1 on Friday, and then Max Scherzer takes the mound Saturday against Kyle Wright. So still some good baseball left. We watched.
Brian.
Yeah, and the playoffs started for the Mets and Braves. They're fighting just, to get that number 1 spot. Scherzer, that's what he gets paid the big money for. It's time to shine if they can do it. I had a bet. I'm gonna say I don't think they will do it, but hopefully, I'm gonna root for New York. I'm gonna go for that. In relations to my White Sox, they just folded up the last 10 games. They went 2 for 8, and that just put them right out, man. It was right there, and then they just folded up. But all eyes have been pretty much this whole week is on Judge, number 99. and one more homer problem is not one for him. So, but Judge, he's doing everything. He definitely he's gonna win that MVP, going for that triple crown as well. But it'd be interesting to see if he doesn't get in these next 2 games. Will the Yankees sit him? Will he decide to sit and rest and forget about that?
The answer to that is no.
I think I know the answer to the question of why. Why?
Money.
I knew you was going to say that.
Money. If they had to inject Aaron Judge with some of that Barry Bonds stuff to get him to play this weekend.
It was just cream. It was just cream.
Yeah, cream. Yeah. High technical stuff. Right.
Yeah. All dollar bills.
But for me last night, I had the television on to watch the Yankee game, and then all of a sudden the television started watching me because I fell asleep. And then all of a sudden, I'm half asleep, half awake, and my eyes are closed, and I hear Michael Kay go, Aaron Judge just stepped out of the batter's box. I've never seen him do that before. And then all of a sudden I hear him go, click, there it is. And I'm like, oh, what? And then he's going around the bases. And at the end of the game, the young lady for the Yankees who interviewed him asked him, why did you step out of the batter's box? You usually don't do that. And he said, I stepped out and I said to myself, I had a pretty good swing. Okay. I think I can do this. And sure enough, he sent it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And
he did.
So sad, too bad for the fan out there in Toronto that didn't pay attention in gym, didn't pay attention in Pop Warner baseball on how to catch a ball.
Yes.
Because they just saw $500,000 to $1 million go right down into the Toronto bullpen.
Yeah. It's like, man. That's got to be a hard one.
I think if that was me, if I could redo life, I would not have wanted to go to the game. Just to know that I didn't catch the ball that would have given me $1 million.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Tough to go to sleep at night with that.
So I would not have felt good about that. But, congratulations to the Yankees over last week, clinching a division.
Mm-hmm.
And Toronto Blue Jays, wow, they clinched a wild card. I'm pretty scared of Toronto because when that team is clicking, they can hit and they can put on a power show.
Yeah.
Give kudos to the Cleveland Guardians. I didn't see them coming at all.
Yeah.
Congratulations for them winning. Houston Astros, oh man. There goes the team to beat. And the Dodgers, congratulations to them. I'm glad Emerson's not here to hear me say that. So pretty soon next week, let the games begin. And I'm hoping that the Yankees are in the World Series playing the Dodgers and they beat the Dodgers in 6 or 7. And that's how I feel. Guys, congratulations to James Harden losing 100 pounds. Brian, Roll that audio, please.
I think it just is at this point. It's dieting, it's proper rest, and then it's just for me, I think just strengthening my muscles, gaining more muscle mass, which I've always had. Just to really have really wasn't healthy enough to put proper work in like I'm used to. So this something was huge for me in that aspect, making sure the hill runs and the weightlifting was then adding the skill on the court as well. How much did you do? 100 pounds. 2 pounds.
Terry. James Harden at 33 years old, as I was saying last year, looks like he never saw a hamburger that he didn't like. Lost 100 pounds. What do you say?
Well, first off, just want to give a shout out to Stacey Jeffrey, who's in the chat. She's sending love from the UK.
Okay. All right.
But I know he said it, and I know he said to the reporter that asked him the question to tweet it, but I have to see that 100 pounds before I can believe it. I want to see him on the court. I don't know. I got to get a side-by-side picture going. But even if he did lose 100 pounds, it wouldn't surprise me because I feel that that's something that he needed to do, right? He needed to get in shape, get his diet together to improve his performance on the court, especially seeing what he's done over the past two playoffs and the regular season. Right now, there's a lot of basketball experts that are saying he's plateaued and he's past his prime. So, I mean, weight loss or not, he's got to go out there and perform well in the regular season and the playoffs to kind of change people's minds, especially on this Philadelphia team, which I feel they have a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent on this team. They could. I know the season hasn't started, but they're my dark horse to get to the finals.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
that's a ugly dark horse you're on.
hey, man, that's why it's the dark horse. You won't see him coming.
Mark that down. Okay.
But again, it's gonna involve James Harden playing well, and not just well, but back to his old self. So we'll see.
Brian.
With him losing 100 pounds, I'm gonna be like, this is a family show, so I'm gonna say get the bleep out of here with that, because you figure he lost 100 pounds. You saying what he 300 before that, or what? What was he saying? But to me, the bigger story is, as an athlete striving to be good, or to be great, I should say, you don't work out to stay in pace with Father Time. You work out harder to stay ahead of Father Time. Because when Father Time catches up with you, you ain't pulling back in front of him. He's pulling you back 2 times full. So to me, it's like what he was saying in that audio was he's getting his body right. He's getting his muscle memory. And like, what was you doing all that time? What was you doing before that? What are you saying? What is he actually saying? That he was not really in it? He wasn't committed to it? And that's why I say, for me, I think certain players or maybe athletes take it as a form of entertainment, and they don't take it, because to be great, you have to take that as your job. You have to take it as a commitment, and you have to take it as a lifestyle. And when I say lifestyle, that means when you're off season, you're still working out. That's why you see like a LeBron James, somebody who's putting in that work on the off season, a Kobe Bryant who was relentless in his workouts, as everybody would hear and you heard stories about. Michael Jordan, much as he was an assassin on the court, you always heard that he was working out on his game. trying to bring something new. You don't work out when you want to, and when I feel like it. Don't work that way. And I think we lost T, but I'm gonna have to bring him back. So
I wouldn't give a wooden nickel for him.
Not even a wooden nickel, man. Not even.
Nope. When you're getting paid this kind of money, and I don't begrudge any athlete making the money that they can make. God bless you if you can make that money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do not want to take care of your body, then what you're putting out there on the court, I have no respect for you.
Yeah.
It's an entertainment game. And you're saying, yeah, I don't feel like working out. I don't want to watch you because you're not committed. So let me go watch another team play. You're showing and you want to be the star. You want to show that you're the one that everybody should be looking up to, but everybody knows you're not working out. You're not fully committed.
Yeah.
And so now you're saying this year, I lost 100 pounds. I'm fully committed. And I'm going to look at you like, yeah, but where were you last year? How far could we have gone last year in the playoffs? Could we have beaten Boston?
Mm-hmm.
So, no. I would not want to play with somebody that all of a sudden this year, yeah, come on, we got to go out there and we got to win. I'd be like, get out my face. I wouldn't want to hear none of that nonsense. Where were you last year when you were eating all those buffalo wings? Where were you at?
Yeah.
We're in our best shape. You're supposed to be one of the leaders of the team, and you're out of shape. Yeah. I got no respect for you.
And the fact that he says that he wasn't in shape, it's not like he was on the stink team. He came from what we would have said would have been a contender, the Nets. Then he went to Philly, team. Another team that was committed, contender. So you saying once again you wasn't in shape or in your best shape, whatever you want to say. And to me, it's like if I'm, and matter of fact, in the video, if you watch the interview, Joel Embiid was sitting right next to him. I was wondering what he was thinking. Like, yo, I'm out here putting in that work, and you telling me you was just chilling, just coming in and doing what you do. Yeah.
Embiid played hurt last year too.
So
in the playoff,
I'll be like, you know what, get the bleep out of here.
You know, I'll put it to you. I'll give you something. At my job, what we would do is we would take a hydrant apart. That somebody hit a hydrant, and it's not like the movies. Somebody hits a hydrant, and all of a sudden you see a bunch of water up in the air. No, the hydrant would break off. So we would have to go and reset that hydrant. So there's when it's time to reset the hydrant, I'm on one end of the hydrant and another individual's on the other end of the hydrant. So when you go pick up your side, that guy on the other side, he's thinking, he doesn't have to think. He knows when we go 1, 2, 3, lift, you're going to pick up your side. Mm-hmm. When you have somebody that you're looking going, you're out of shape. You're fat. You look lazy. I don't think you can pick up your side. You're like, man, go get this guy out of here. Go get somebody off the bench who that I know that at least worked out, got in shape, that can lift this side of the hydrant.
Yeah.
And so, no, I would be looking to trade him in a heartbeat.
Well, they got him for 1 year, so they're playing with house money.
Yeah.
I would. House money is like this: come All-Star break, trade him.
Well, this is a show improve year for him.
Yeah,
regardless.
that's why he took less money.
Don't keep him, trade him.
What?
Because here's the thing: you've got him on 1 year.
Yep.
If you keep somebody like that, who's only getting in shape for 1 year, what do you think he's going to ask for?
Oh no, I'm not giving him a long-term contract.
4-year or 3-year extension?
No.
And so you would have to go, and you would have to say to him, "I'll give you this money, but there's going to have to be a clause that you're going to stay in shape."
Yep.
That's going to
and
be
then
coming.
He's going to be offended by, "What do you mean I got to stay in shape?" And somebody's going to tell his agent he was eating buffalo wings.
Yeah.
Carrot cake. Soda pop. No, I'm not giving him that money, please.
And it's so fitting, because then I seen the interview with the gentleman Terry has behind him on his picture of Ben Simmons, and they was talking about the episode where he got kicked out of practice. And I was listening to the story, but then when he got to the part, he was like, "Oh, I didn't have a cell phone in my pocket. It was my jersey." Once he said that, credibility was shot. I just was like, I don't even want to listen to the rest of this story.
Yeah. I, you know, at the heart of it all, right? I think what we're saying is there's some accountability involved, right? You know, to the fans, to the organization, to your teammates, you know, and with the amount of money that you're making, you're expected to perform at a certain level. And that requires certain things, right? Your diet, you're in shape, you know. Being injured is a whole different thing, but if you're healthy, that's what's expected of you.
Yeah. Yep. It's a great year for the NBA, though.
Yeah. College football. Let's go top 6. AP. You have the Georgia Bulldogs, Alabama, number 2, both of them 4-0. Ohio State, 4-0. Michigan, 4-0. Clemson, 4-0. Clemson's at number 5. Number 6, USC, the Trojans. Kentucky, University of Kentucky, 4-0.
Yep.
Tennessee, 4-0. Oklahoma State, 3-0. And at wrapping it up at number 10, NC State.
Number 10, right? Yep.
Yeah.
So at your top 4 in the coaches poll, the top 5 are pretty much the same. But at number 6, they pretty much the same with USC. But at 7, they have the coaches like Oklahoma State at number 7. They like University of Kentucky at number 8. And at number 9, they like Tennessee. And they both agree with the AP that NC State should be number 10. Let's see what happens when November comes around. And what's really going to separate a lot of things in the SEC is when Georgia plays Alabama and Tennessee plays Kentucky and Auburn. Then it'll be like the domino effect. It'll be like Wall Street. You'll just start seeing the market drop on some of these college teams.
Well, I'm taking, what's the name, to win this week? Arkansas, believe it or not, over Bama.
Wow.
Arkansas over Bama?
Yeah, I just see it coming, man. I thought they could have lost last week. Bama.
Yeah, I was surprised at how, I won't say poorly they played, but they could have lost that game last week.
Yep.
Yeah. There's only one thing. Bama's 4-0. Never like that coulda, shoulda. Win or lose. Bottom line.
Yeah, winners and losers.
Guys, week 3 in the NFL. Winners and losers. Terry. And I'll just let you guys know, I did say watch for the Jaguars to beat the Chargers.
Yeah, you call that. Yeah,
you did call it. You call it. Yeah, I mean, Chargers got a nice young, I won't say nucleus because they still have some developing to do, but they have a nice young team. Their wide receiver, Zay Jones, he had a breakout game. He led them in catches and yards. The Jags offense looked pretty good, and their offensive line looked really good because they kept Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack at bay for pretty much the whole game. They haven't allowed a sack in like 2 weeks now, 2 straight weeks. So they're doing a really good job on that end of the ball. Their offense, they get the ball out quick, but they still, as much success as they had, they still do struggle down the red zone. So they definitely have to improve on that. For the Chargers, I picked the Chargers last week to win it, but to me, and I said this before, they're about a year or two away from, in my opinion, from being a consistent winning team. They're inconsistent at times. And you can't win playoff games and championships being inconsistent. So they've got some work to do. I don't know if it's coaching. I'm not going to put it on the players, but you might have to start looking at the coaching. But again, it's still early. It's only week 3, so no need to panic. But they're, in my opinion, again, they're about a year or two away from being considered a consistent winning team.
You think the Jaguars will be a consistent winning team in a couple of years?
Possibly. They're still young. It's still early for them, but we'll see. I'm talking about the Chargers, though. They're just not consistent.
Well, the thing that I said to both of you guys about the Chargers is the coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the right coach at the helm, you can lose and go nowhere. And before you know it, here comes free agency, and people start plucking guys right off your team. And if you have a bad draft, there you go right back in the gutter.
Mm-hmm.
When that coach last year, everybody was like, why is he doing this every time you turn around? He's doing 4th down. And then you had I'll never forget that Sunday night. The owner came out of his luxury box to congratulate the team because he knew that his head coach was just going to let the clock run out and a tie would get his team in the playoffs. Nope, timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the owner looking at that guy saying, how much money you just cost me?
Yeah.
Ooh, I hate to say it, but I would have did a Donald Trump on The Apprentice show and said, you're fired.
Yeah, get your stuff and get the hell out of here.
Brian, what did you think?
I thought I was surprised. Jacksonville, because you couldn't really get a chance to really evaluate them with the whole debacle last year with the head coach. Now that they got is it Peterson? Is that
Yes.
his name? Peterson in there. Now you see the stability. Now you see the functionality of the quarterback that they got, that they picked overall number 1. You're starting to see with good coaching and grooming, the way he is starting to show off a little bit. And on the other hand, that coach for the Chargers, I think you may be right, but I think that team is actually ready to win. I think the coach is hampering them from winning. I think he is stepping them back a little bit. And it's not offensively, it's just his game management, his small things, the details that it just doesn't seem to grasp yet. And in that game, what I thought really brought that out to me was when they were losing and they lost their left tackle, Slater, and they was getting blown out. And you still had your young quarterback in there who you know is already hurt. And you could have took him out, let him rest, because the game was over, essentially. And that whole game, he didn't really make any adjustments to. I thought he should have ran the ball more, and he made no adjustments. He just act like everything was fine. So, to me, I think that coach is really hampering them.
Yeah.
Well, my last thing on the Jaguars was I had a chance to watch them in a preseason game against the Steelers, and the thing that I noticed was their offensive line is big, their defensive line is big, and they've had a few losing seasons that they were able to get top-notch players. And so, like Terry said, in a few years, some of those guys are going to be free agents.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that window opportunity is quick, man. Axe Tennessee.
Yeah. And the Tennessee Titans. Guys, Dolphins and Bills. Dolphins 21, Bills 19. Terry, how hot was it?
Well, it was a good game. It wasn't, I think, what I expected. I think everybody was looking for a shootout. Dolphins, Bills, two high-scoring offenses, but it didn't really pan out to be that. Both teams played well for the most part. I felt like the Bills probably played better than the Dolphins. I felt like they played a better game, but I'll give the Dolphins defense credit. They got to Josh Allen when it mattered most, at the end of the game. And it's questionable, but somehow Tua cleared those cobwebs from his head after getting hit really hard, looked like he had a concussion hard. And he led the Dolphins down the field early in the fourth quarter on a scoring drive, which turned out to be the difference maker in the game. Tough loss for the Bills, but I have them as my team in the AFC. They're hungry. This just made them more hungrier.
Brian.
Yeah, that game lived up to what I was looking for. I was wanting a good game, and that's what we got. The whole what's the Tua? The concussion, or as they say, he had a back injury or something like that. That investigation should be looked at really deep, because he was out of it. He was really out of it, and they tried to say it was a back injury. They can get out of here with that. But that offense is potent. I was really shocked by the pressure that they was able to get from their D line. One of the linebackers I wish the Steelers had back. That would help us out. He was out there. He was all up in the kitchen in that game. But it was a great game. I would like to see them play again, and I would like to see Buffalo defense healthy. They was pretty banged up on the back end.
They were.
They was playing with second and third string guys almost back there in corners, safeties. So I would like to see those two play again. But I think Miami is something that people got their eyes on now. They wasn't really looked at before, but now they're looking at them like, okay. But now I want to see how Miami handles that, because people are going to be expecting that. And can they maintain that? That'll be the question.
Well, I find it hilarious because it was the Ali and George Foreman fight. And this was the Thrill in Manila. Buffalo came down there. We're going to pound. We're going to grind. They said, okay. Keep pounding. Keep grinding. Keep staying on the field. It's 100 degrees. The offense is on the sidelines. And what a lot of people don't realize down there in Miami, when they designed that stadium, when they play the 1 o'clock game, you're in the sun. They designed a field where the visiting team has the sun pounding on them, while the home team is in the shade.
Chilling.
So coming from Buffalo, you're playing in cool weather. You're not used to playing in that humidity.
Yep.
And they got tired out.
Yeah, people was falling like flies.
Yep. So good job on the architect who designed that new stadium down there, because I remember when a few years ago, Pittsburgh went down there to play, and they made Pittsburgh put on the black uniforms. And you're down there in Miami, and Pittsburgh was down there doing a little bit of partying, had probably a hangover, and they got shellacked.
Sweat it out.
Sweat it out.
Sweat it out. Yep. Everything you had the last night, sweat it out.
But guys, Colts 20, Chiefs 17. Did anybody see that coming? Terry?
No, not at all. I'll give the Colts credit. They played well, and they earned the win. It wasn't just given to them, kind of, sort of. The Chiefs, I thought this year, at least from the first two games I saw, I felt like they turned the corner in terms of, like, offensively being consistent. They kind of remind me of the early Warriors teams. A lot of firepower, but sometimes the Warriors would turn the ball over and you'd be like, why? And this is kind of what happened in this game. But also the Chiefs special teams kind of hurt them as well.
Yeah.
And defense too. They just didn't play well. They didn't execute on both sides of the ball. But I'll give Matt Ryan credit. Like I said, they earned the win. So congratulations to them. But I just want to see the Chiefs be more consistent, because offensively they have a lot of firepower. They just got to put it together.
Yep.
Guys,
What's up,
Ryan? Did you like the Chiefs winning that game?
Well, the Chiefs didn't win it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I didn't see it coming. I can tell you that. I didn't see it coming at all. And I bet you a lot of other people didn't see it coming either. I don't even know what the points was on that. Ooh, who picked that? Aaron picked that?
No, I didn't pick the Chiefs.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think nobody on the panel picked that.
No.
But give the Colts credit. I think they was, what was they, 0-3 for that, or 0-2? I think they
0-2.
was 0-2. So for them to win that game, it was big, and I did not think they would win that game. And what Terry was saying about the Chiefs, they need to just find out how to put a complete game together at certain points in the game. But we'll see what if the Colts can build off of that win, because right now nobody thought Jacksonville will be leading that division. Nobody saw that coming. So, and it don't look like they're ready to give that up. So Colts may have a uphill climb still. So they need to continue playing hard. They got a good team. They had a good offensive line. I know that. So
Yeah.
let's see if they can just continue that role.
Yeah. I'm glad the Chiefs lost. Why
is that?
Patrick Mahomes is probably one of the best quarterbacks that we've ever seen throw the football on many different angles. But sometimes the way he prance out onto the field is like, I'm like, oh boy. If I was a defensive lineman or a linebacker, I had to play the night before the game, I would just have a picture of him like, I'm going to get you. You're not gonna do that little prance coming out on the field. You may do it the next Sunday, but this Sunday I'm going to try to make sure that you just can't play in this game. But he's just you got to tip your cap to him. He is
he's
one of a kind quarterback.
Yeah, he's a winner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Broncos. Oh, this was a good baseball game.
Oh, yeah.
From Broncos 11, 49ers 10. T, what happened to your bullpen?
See, it's frustrating, man. This is what I was talking about last week. This version of the Niners offense is what frustrates me most. Because their defense played well pretty much the whole game, but the offense couldn't put points up on the board. It was 7-3 for most of the game, and I'm sitting there watching TV like, come on, just put up 7. That's all we need is 7, and they couldn't do that. And the Broncos offense did not look good for most of the game. And even when they scored, it was just because Russell Wilson was able to use his legs to keep drives alive. But again, this is where the frustration comes in with Jimmy G. He's been in the league long enough to know he's got to, to have that situational awareness, field awareness, to know not to step out of the end zone. I'm going to be honest with you. I saw that. I turned the channel. That's you're a veteran quarterback. You have to know where you are on the field, and you can't give up a safety there. Bad enough that you're not putting points up, but a safety that's unacceptable in my book. And in my opinion, it gave the Broncos enough hope that they could win the game after that. I did turn the channel back, but I did. I'm telling you right now, I turned the channel and I actually shut the phone off just in case somebody was going to text me.
I tried to go on you, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's simple with the Niners. Like I said before, you got to put points up. The defense is too good to not put points up on the board to get a win.
Brian.
Yes, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. You got to know where you are on the field, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. But it was not a good game at all, man. Niners defense did look good and imposing. Denver offense, but pretty much since the start of the season, they just seem like they're not on the same page. They're not clicking. I don't know what it is. And the offensive line, it seemed like Russ is just running around pretty much on every snap where he's going back to pass. It just doesn't seem like they got no cohesion at all. So I'm thinking at some point in time that is going to click and they will get on the bicycle and take off the training wheels and start riding. But right now, something is missing. And the Niners, I expected ups and downs. If Jimmy's going to be the quarterback through the rest of the season, I expect some ups and downs. That's just who he is. But they just want to get to the dance. That's all they want to do with him and let the chips run from there. Because his track record pretty much will let you know that's what he's going to do. So I don't know if it's him or is it the coordinator. Well, what would you say, T? It's your team. You watch them diligently.
Well, I'll say this to add to it. Still no excuse for stepping out of bounds or stepping in the back of the end zone. But Trent Williams did get hurt. So that played into a little bit. And they're thin at running back as well. But like you said, this is who Jimmy G is. This is what the Niners offense is with him. I don't know if I can put it on the coordinator right now, especially they weren't at full strength. So it's tough. But again, decisions or mistakes like that, where you step out of the end zone and give up a safety, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
So I can't put it on the coordinator.
Well, I'm going to be nice. And I don't blame Garoppolo. Because Garoppolo didn't play any preseason games. And he was restricted in training camp. So he's basically getting all of this during regular season.
A lot of quarterbacks didn't play in training camp, though.
Yeah, but the thing about it is some quarterbacks need the reps. And it's all about, and you're talking about speed and timing, and he was off. I mean, nothing. He was just basically, okay, get out there and play. They had no intentions on playing him this year. It was all going to be Lance. And he got hurt. Yeah. But I still think they're a playoff team, and he's going to get up to speed, and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
The game that I hate to talk about is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns 29, Pittsburgh 17. Terry.
Tough loss for the Steelers, but to me, the key to the game was Nick Chubb. I know the Steelers like to pride themselves on their run defense being pretty tough, even without TJ Watt on the field. But that he was able to run against their defense. And the Steelers offense played pretty good that first half, but they went flat in that second half. I mean, Trubisky couldn't even get the Steelers into Browns territory in the second half. And I'll just say this, man. From this point forward, Trubisky is under the microscope. Win or lose, it's always going to be, that question's always going to be there after the games. Go with Trubisky or Kenny Pickett at quarterback. It's not going away this season at all. So you're going to be dealing with some controversy for the rest of the season. So good luck.
Brian.
As Terry said, they look flat. They didn't look flat. They looked like they was riding on, as young kids would say, they was riding on straight 22s with no tires, just straight rims. That's all they was riding on, the rims. Man, and I can't even blame the defense because they couldn't move the ball. They couldn't sustain any drives. And the more I keep looking at it, I'm like, something has got to change. I'm like, is Tomlin, I don't know if he's going to override this the head OC or not, but something's got to change because they're literally putting 8 guys in the box and they like beat us over the top because that's it. That's all you're going to do. Other than that, you're not running the ball because you can't run it because we got too many men on the field up at the line of scrimmage. So I can't really directly say it's the old line because they're not getting a fair shot. And I was talking to Aaron about this a little earlier. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have a short leash on this game with Trubisky. And Aaron was kind of saying, well, no, I think it will be on the OC. But I don't see you doing OC in the middle of a game. So one goes hand in hand, I think. That's the way I would say. So, but this game right here will be the determining factor where changes will be made if they lose in that type of fashion. Whether it be the OC or if it be the quarterback. But one of them is going to have to change. Something's going to change. And losing to the Jets at that, which is possible. Because Flacco plays us very well.
Well, looky. For me, I would if Trubisky doesn't come out and win this game, I'm going with the offensive coordinator.
What you mean, going with the offensive coordinator to be fired?
I wouldn't fire him, but I would demote him.
Well, also okay.
For the simple fact, you had Big Ben last year, and I heard all this stuff about people saying, "Oh, Big Ben, he's not mobile." Got him to the playoffs. All of a sudden, they get rid of Big Ben. Oh, you got Mitchell Trubisky. He can move. He can move around in the pocket. Okay, what has he done? Nothing. Still can't score. Still the same flat offense. So now you go ahead, and Pittsburgh's not going to do it. They're going to stick with Canada as the offensive coordinator. And let's see because if Trubisky doesn't win this game, here comes Pickett's next game.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know if he even finished the game. True.
No, I don't think they're going to do that to him. They'll just let him go ahead and let him start on the road
Against, which I think we play. Can't remember if it's the Ravens or somebody, but that's not a team we want to start. But we'll see.
Yep. Well, that also, well, believe it or not, I think Big Ben cut his teeth against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, for some reason I think they played Tampa or something. But I don't know why. But...
So guys,
not that either.
Yeah, I want that smoke.
Jimmy, we're going to do the 2-minute drill for Week 4 predictions.
2 minutes.
Terry, Dolphins, Bengals.
Dolphins.
Brian, Vikings, Saints.
I'm gonna take Vikings. Saints are a mess right now.
Browns, Falcons, Terry.
Browns.
Bills, Ravens.
Ooh,
Brian.
wow. I'm gonna take the Ravens. Or show me the money.
Commanders, Cowboys, Terry.
Cowboys.
Seahawks, Lions, Brian.
With the Lions.
Chargers, Texans, Terry.
Chargers.
Titans, Colts, Brian.
Colts.
Bears, Giants, Terry.
Give me the G-men.
I'm taking this one. Jaguars, Eagles. I am going Eagles. Jets versus Steelers, Terry.
Steelers.
Cardinals, Panthers, Brian.
Cards.
Patriots and Packers, Terry.
Give me the Packers.
That was
Broncos
real hard.
versus the Raiders.
Broncos,
Brian.
Raiders. Ooh, both of those teams need that win.
Yeah.
Give me the Raiders. Yeah.
Okay. Chiefs, Buccaneers, Terry.
Bucks.
Rams versus 49ers, Terry.
Oh, big payback, man. 49ers.
Big payback.
Right.
So,
Rams versus 49ers, Brian, please.
I'm taking the Rams and going with Jimmy.
And there you have it for week 4 in the NFL, where they play for pay.
Yeah. We just talked
Guys,
about it.
yeah.
It was pretty good tonight.
Yeah.
And once again, we want to say thank you to our listeners out there.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well,
Thanks for tuning in.
from the United States and from the Ukraine. And from the Ukraine, stay strong and keep up the good fight.
UK too.
Okay.
UK. Everybody listening. Philippines.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes, we do. Terry, tell them one more time about that subscribe button, please.
Please hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a comment. Let us know how we can improve the show. Let us know what we're doing good. Let us know what you like. And we'll see you next week.
And
Same time, same channel.
And please leave a comment if you think I'm too cranky or you think I need to shut up and stop talking.
You don't like anybody. You don't like anybody.
Yeah.
He's just an angry old man. I
You're
don't
like
like him.
the Grinch.
I like
Man.
the way he lays his shoes up. I don't like him.
Yeah, well,
I like the way he runs onto the field.
on a lighter note, thank you everybody for tuning in. Good night and God bless.
Thank
Good
you.
night.